Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. We are so happy you found us. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope your week has been amazing as well. Today I have tips and tricks for you on how you can create journal pages, planner pages, mixed media, scrapbook pages that you've never seen before. And guess what? It's super easy. Plus, with this method, you'll be putting a whole journal together, creating a very unique planner before you know it. It's that simple. So let's just get into this and get started. And if you missed it, my last video, tips and tricks for journaling, if you get stuck journaling and everything, be sure and check that out. Also, I'm also going to link above one of my favorite videos when I talked about creating journaling cards that were super interesting. Like I said, I'll link that above. But let's get into this tips and tricks for creating journal pages, planner pages, and whatnot that you've never seen before, and that will make creating a whole journal easier than you've ever done it. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've pulled 10 just pages that I would use in any journal. Just pull 10. So guys, what I've done is just pulled 10 pieces of paper that I would normally use in any journal and folded them in half because this is the size journal I want. Just get you a stack of paper. It can be whatever you want, and I'll wait while you do that. Okay, well that didn't take you long. So I have a little, I don't know if you want to say mantra that I stick to when creating pages for a journal, a planner, or whatnot, and it just makes it so simple and it makes everything really cool. Okay, first is crunch it. Crunch it up. That's your first page of a journal, or your last page. You can do these however you want. So crunch it up, just like that. The second is tear it. So this one, I'm just gonna tear around the edges. And you can tear it however you want to, okay? But tear it, and that gives you another unique page. And I know you've seen these before. This is the mantra of how I put pages together. The third one is paint it. Just paint it. So I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm just going to paint this top one. I'm going to use some watercolors. And you can paint it any way you want. Any colors. I'm going to do some orange just because it's orange season, like fall. And you can make it the whole page, or just part of the page, whatever you want to do. I'm going to put some orange and some yellow on here. So the third mantra is paint it. Just paint it. Doesn't have to be a painting that would hang in a museum. It just needs to be painted. Okay, and you can do the whole page or whatever you want. The fourth, sew it. Sew it. If you don't have a sewing machine or you don't like to sew that much, instead of sewing, you can stamp it. You can stamp it. So get you a stamp out and get you some ink, whoops, and stamp it. And this one, it's like Halloween fall theme, and I'm gonna use, stamp it. And this one is Halloween fall theme, so I'm gonna use this little owl. If you don't want to sew it, if you want to sew it, just stitch all over. Stitch crazy. Stitch however you want. Okay. Gosh. Okay. So I've got my owl. I've got my, this is like a umber kind of color. Okay, I've got my owl all stamped. And I'm going to stamp it because I don't want to sew it, or I don't have a sewing machine, and hand sewing's no fun. So if you don't sew it, stamp it. If you want to sew it, totally up to you. And you can stamp it multiple times till all your ink is off. And it saves from wiping your stamps down. Okay, so far we've crunched it, we've torn it, we've painted it, we've stamped it, or sewn it. Next, we're going to cut it. And what do I mean by cut it? Well, we're going to cut a shape out of one of our pages like this. And I cut a butterfly because when you cut out a shape, you want to make sure it's real distinctive and you can tell what it is. So you're saying, okay, you cut the shape out, then what do? Hold that thought. Let's get through the rest of these pages and then we'll come back to that. Okay? So you cut it, after you cut it, and then you collage it. So, we've seen people collage whole boards and cut out ephemera from it. Well, let's just collage a page, and you can collage it with anything you want to, okay? So collage it. And after you collage it, then the next page is fold it. And this is going to be where I sew my page in, and then this page just flips out, and this page is going to be a little short page on the other side of my journal. So you fold it. So what is our process? We crunch it, we tear it, we paint it, we sew it, we cut it, we cut it, we collage it, and we fold it. And if you keep that going, you'll have a whole journal made up before you know it of really cool pages. So let's put these together, and you put them together in any order you want. I'm going to put them in the order that we just sat here and set it. So crunch, tear, paint, sew or stamp, whatever floats your boat. And then you cut. This is my collage one, and then my fold one. And you repeat until you have all of your pages for your signature or your journal done. It's that simple, guys, to put it together. That easy. Now, I wanted to show you a trick for a few more ideas for something a little different. Okay, so first let's go back to our page that we cut out. Now you're going to want this to really pop and shine. How can you make this really pop and shine and not fall flat? Well, you could put it, you could make your collage page the page behind your butterfly. So when you're looking through it, the collage will show through, okay? If you don't want to do that, you could put a really pretty colored paper behind it, and so it pops. You could put a photograph behind it, a magazine image, or anything else. If you wanted to do something really different and cool too, you could make behind it a pocket, so you put something colorful as the base, and then you have a pocket behind it, plus you have a colorful image on the front. So just use your imagination when you're thinking how you want to fill this in. You could even fill it in with washi tape like we did our journaling card, journaling pocket in our other video. So that's something you could do too. Just put washi tape all over this back page, and it would be a cool journal page or a cool planner page, and it would have a lot of texture, a lot of movement, be unexpected. And when you flip it, you would have a really cool image. And you might be saying, wait, you're going to have the tape side. What you would do is first you would put the washi tape with the pre-side facing up, and then you would cover that, and it would stay in place. Okay, so that, after you cut it, you've got that decorated. Now for our painted page, something else you could do besides just painting and then putting stuff on the paint is you could actually, I don't want to get my desk dirty, so I'm going to put it there, is you could actually put stickers down. It's called masking. You could put stickers down. Just make sure you can pull the stickers up. And any stickers you have will work. So I'm going to put a 5 down and a 4. Okay, just because that's my age. And paint over that and then pull it up and that's a mask. Or you can put a shape down and paint the whole page and then pull that up and you could write right there. So let me show you how both of these would look. Let me get an acrylic paint because you want something a little heavier than a watercolor for this. So I simply got some acrylic paint. I'm going to paint over it. And then I'm going to paint over this tag. Okay. And then it dries. And you pull your stickers and your masking up. Now, let me find my heat gun, which I did find. Yay. And then you just, I'm going to go ahead and take my tag off because it's not taped down and you can see the little spot that was left. And that's a great use for clothes tags that you might have cut off that you don't know how to use. Use them as mask with acrylic paint. Okay, once it's dry, you just come in and you pull your sticker off. And it may come off in pieces, which is fine. And there you go. Let me find the 4. You just want to make sure you use stickers that you can tell what they are, obviously. Because again, you don't want just a lump. Get them all. And that's how you do a mask on your page, which makes for a very unique journal page or planner page or whatever you want. So it's a really cool system to use, and you get a whole signature in the matter of just minutes by doing this, and you can repeat over and over and over. And then you can go back on your painted pages and do masking or just do simple painting. You could do sewing or hand stitching on a page, or you could do stamping. You could do stenciling on a page. For your crumpling, you crumple it, how you determine how much is crumpled. You could do it really tight or really loose. This one was really loose. And I'll go back and show you doing this one super tight, okay? So you have one really loose, one really tight, and it gives you different textures and everything, but it's still a great journaling page. Doing your collage, you make it just how you want. Tearing it, you could tear it in half, tear it into a shape. Cutting out shapes, again, you determine and you cut out whatever you want. Even if you just cut out a triangle or a square, you're making a change in the page, and each one could be different. So I'll list that down below. Again, it is crunch it, tear it, paint it, stamp it or sew it, cut it, collage it, and fold it, and repeat. And you do that whole thing, and you'll have a 10 piece of paper, 20 page journaling signature like that. Now, I've said it and it said it. It works in planners too. And I just wanted to show, this is a bullet journal planner, okay? I've drawn my, I don't know if you can see it, I've drawn my fall there, and I could put like a calendar here or whatever. And then I wanted to show you the next page. I actually wrinkled it. This page I actually wrinkled, but it's still attached and it's still perfectly usable. Okay, this page I cut it. I cut a pumpkin shape out of it right there. I could definitely sew on this around the edges. I could stamp it for sure. I could even fold it up in shapes like that, fold it in half or in thirds so you can fold it. So all those steps that I just did with these individual papers to create a whole journal signature, I can do with a planner or a journal that is already attached. It doesn't have to be loose papers. It can be an attached journal as well. So guys, thanks for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this video, my little tips and tricks for putting together journals and planners that are fun and interesting, but also super easy to do. I never get stuck at all, and that's what I love the best. Easy and not getting stuck. Plus, they're different. I know you haven't seen some of these ideas. Please be sure and hit that subscribe button and that little bell. I have some great videos coming up. You don't want to miss out. Also, be sure and give this video a thumbs up. It just helps me out so much. Thank you again for being here today, guys. Bye.